Hello and welcome to Yellow River State Forest in Iowa. I am in the Paint Creek unit and I am in the Little Paint Creek campground. There's a lot there. I am just a couple miles from Harper's Ferry and this is what is off the back of my campsite. This is the Little Paint Creek. It is incredibly deep right here, even though the creek is running pretty low like every other water these days. But there's a big swimming hole and some fish apparently too. Nice swimming hole there if you want. Now this is a last minute campsite for me. Usually when I make these weird little adventures where I don't know what my plan is, I usually wind up staying at a boat ramp or something like that. Well, it was $6 a night for this campsite. Couldn't resist that. This is my little loop right here that I'm in. There's just a couple sites right here. 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. Just a small little loop right here. The drawback of when I'm here is I'm here at the beginning of November. It is 70 degrees right now for some weird reason. It's going to get colder tomorrow. And so basically the campground is mostly shut down, but there is some hunting available in the campground, so people are at different ends of the campground. The porta potty, or the pit toilet over there, is screwed shut. All of them except the one at the very beginning and at the very end of the campground are screwed shut. Now some of the sites here are reservable on the state's website. Others are first come first serve. There's more than one campground in this unit of the state forest. One is equestrian only, and there's the Little Paint or Big Paint campground as well, which actually has less sites than the Little Paint Creek campground. So there are a couple of unique things about this campground. Right here I have a handicapped parking area for a specific area for anglers who need handicap access or very accessible access to the river to fish. And my campsite is just around the river or follow that trail. Now there are trails right off of here. We've got equestrian trails, hiking trails, bike trails, and I don't know what the BP loop is. I will have to find out. Now the creek runs through and meanders through the campground. And so you have these bridges to help you access from one section of the campground to the other. When you're driving, that's your river crossing. You actually have to drive through the river. It's a paved way through with signage that says do not cross during high water. So that's the front section of the campground. If the water's high, I don't know how you get to site section 2 and section 3. Now this is the front section of the campground. You're coming in from over there down the road and then loop around through. There's a couple sites over there. We got 90, 92, 91 here. Now the pit toilets that are right there, those are closed. You got to go all the way to the far end by the registration station to get bathrooms. And I have to assume these bathroom restrictions are just because it's November and the place is basically closed. Okay, I'm at a little bit of a loop. 89, 80, 98, 88 as we come around this loop here, so everybody kind of backs up together. So this would be a great place for a group of friends to reserve together and have a sort of a central gatherings point. Now there are no services here. I haven't even seen water let alone electric. This is all fairly primitive camping, 86, 87 here. And then this group has this access to the river. And 84, and these are reservable sites, it says. And the rest of the campground comes around here. I got 82, 81, 80, coming down, counting down, 83 over here on the riverside. And this stretch of campsites, there's nothing behind them except the road, so there's a lot of green space behind you. There's another river access point down there. This is 79. And it counts down from there down to where the van is. Down there is the last site, and that is actually a paved location. Be careful in site 90 and say September. These are walnut trees. There's a lot of walnuts here. You're gonna have them pelting you all night long in this site. Now this campground is nicely nestled between bluffs over here. There is a path that goes up a ravine through that side and bluffs on this side. So we're very nestled in, and my cell service is 0. So if you're looking for a place to take the kids and get them off grid, this is the place. There's no power, no cell service. However, if you go for a long walk up and over to the other side of the park, there's decent service up on the bluffs way on the other side of the park. So this is the midsection where my unit is, and I had to say again, I really appreciate when campgrounds have hiking trails right off of them. I hate it when I go to a campground in a state park or something and there is no hiking from the campground. There's a lot of hiking, but you have to drive to a trailhead to hike. This one, it's right out of here, and I really appreciate that. Now I'm going to work back into the next section of campground. There's a couple sites right here right away, and then around the corner there's more. 98 tucked all the way back there. 99 is tucked around the corner there. This beautiful tree, I'm guessing is 100. Over here we have a wonderful pair. Got the fire pit down there, beautiful tree, 101 and 102 over there. And I can still see the mark from last time someone had a tent there. Got another wonderful pair of sites, 103 over here with the big tree. And sharing it is 104 over here, tons of room. And then the trail off to the pit toilet. So now the campground continues down this road and then a loop back to a whole series of sites over here along the river, but there's a few on this side. Now the stretch along the road here, we got 133 over there by itself. They're trying to create cover between 132 and 131 next to each other, and then 130 over there, I'm assuming, all by itself. Yeah, I was wrong. Over here we have 130 and 129 a pair together. Now I'm getting near the end. We have another pair of vault toilets and actually garbage. These are open, and that's why there's a group of people camped out down here on the end. And looks like they're getting ready for hunting, for bow hunting out here. So I'm coming out of that group at 129 here, 118 over here. So that tells you kind of what that group was behind me. But there are people in there, and it goes up to the river, or this creek coming along here. Now the next series of sites are on the left between the two roads. So this is 117 with easy access to the vault toilets and easy access to the water, but not on the water. Same thing here with 116, I believe. 116, fairly isolated from the others. 114 and 115 are here. Now you can see there's a small parking pad. They really designed this to just have a car and tents, not so much RVs. 113 is fairly isolated. and a nice little bench across to sit along the river. Right now you can see the bluff's edge up there, but I'm sure in the summer you would have no clue where that is. And then we have another pair over here. Another big beautiful tree. This is 112 over here and 111 over here. Then after that we have a series of 4 campsites along the river in the bend here, and another pair on the left. 110 and 109. This would be 109, it's very vague. We have 108 and 107 over here, and we do have vault toilets over there. So 108 you're going to have people walking through from over here. And then 106 and 105. And that's the campground. It's a beautiful little campground. I couldn't resist spending the night here along the river. And November, I'm gonna have the door open until maybe it starts raining, then I'll close it tonight. It's not supposed to cool down tonight. It's supposed to stay this temperature until the rains come.